So for this week experiment, I'm going to be trying to start a piece of steel wool, catch on fire, right? So for this week's experiment, since as a photographer, I've done that a million times, though of course I haven't used a lemon, but instead of using a lemon, I've used 9-volt batteries. And what we do is we grab our cameras and we use them as long exposure to create really cool images, right? I wanted to try something differently, right? Because I was curious to see if by using different materials, I could create a similar result, right? My expectations of this actually being successful are a no, right? Mostly because I'm not gonna be using actual lemon, copper coins, or nail, and that's mostly because I wasn't able to find them, not because I didn't have time to say, but more so I had a emergency happen this week that caused me to be in my house for 3 or 4 days because of a AC unit going down and having individuals being in my house cleaning it, right? So I am with the lemon portion and the coins, right? I'm kind of substituting this because of that, but also because I'm very curious to see if this in of itself is going to work, and to see whether the result is going to work like this or not. Also because, once again, like I said, I've done an experiment, not even an experiment, but I've used very similar outcomes like this to be able to get similar yields, right? So I'm not yields, but results, right? So I'm very curious to see if what I have in mind is going to work, which is basically grab the lemon, right, or lime, squeeze it in here, pour it into a plate, right, grab the coin and use the tape to, well, this is a copper, right, copper ring, tape it in here to hold it together, and then grab the cotton, right. Likewise, I'll do the same with the penny. I'm not really sure why I have this here. And then I'll pour the lemon once I have it all squeezed, the lime, Spanish, which is messing me up right now, and pour it in here, pour it in the plate, and then see if I'll get a similar result, which I'm not sure if it will work, right? But I'm very curious to see. And that's exactly why I don't think, but because I do know that I've done similar things like this in the past, that I'm trying to experiment and get a different result, right? Since I'm not going to be able to set up the experiment and take a video, I'm going to put a pause, set it up portion by portion, and then take a video, show you how it works, and then etc. As you can see, for the first part, I have a coin here, and I have the copper here, which should be zinc, and it should be copper. Now, I think that the only reason why this isn't going to be successful is either I'm not going to be able to get enough lime squeezed out of the lemon, the green ones. I'm using the green ones. Because I was doing a little bit of research, and I know that you can do this from basically anything that's acidic, right? Or citrus acidic, right? And there's ways to do it with tomato. There was ways to do it with a couple other substances, right? So yes, of course, two very important things to notate. The biggest one was the fact that I had 3 or 4 days of individuals. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh, and I apologize for that because I had a family emergency and I dropped most of my lemon. I have a very little bit here, so we're going to see how this works, right? So what I've done is I put the lemon juice because I figured, and I kind of regret it, I should have left it in there. And I also spilled a lot of it by accident. I don't have any more of the lemon squeeze. Oh. No, it's not gonna work. Alright. Now, once again, I just want to reiterate that I've done the steel wool experiment in the past, mostly for photography. And my curiosity came in trying to try a different experiment. Now, I just was curious to see if it would work, and I'm curious if it would be the wiring or the battery, right? Obviously it didn't work, and then I was curious to see if changing the dynamics of the battery, the voltage, was going to alter everything, and instead of having the potato, the lemon, or the tomato soup was going to work. Now, to be real, I know that due to previous attempts and what I've seen previously, that it actually does work, right? So there's two options as to why it wouldn't have worked. It's the cotton that doesn't catch on fire, right? Too dense, or that it is the zinc and the copper, right? That resulted in the experiment failing, or the fact that I dropped all of the lemon by accident. Yeah, this is my failed experiment. I did alter it a little bit, and that was just because, again, I was I wanted to see if altering it and how I tried it would be different, which, again, I did some research, and I know that it wouldn't have been a difference, that it would have worked, just because I know that you can try it in a beaker with a tomato soup, right? So yeah, that's it. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.